Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series for an exclusive feature presented by CamWood Bats, SBR Masonry, BTS Tree Service, Valu Pack, and B&B Wildlife Management. We're live from Forest City, North Carolina, on the campus of Chase High School for a Mountain Foothills 7 1A-2A conference matchup between the Polk County Wolverines and the Chase Trojans.
Wolverines! And again,
Dawn.
exclusive feature. So again, this is when we drop all of our normal sponsors. A school approaches us about bringing us in with their own people, and that's exactly what happened today. Is Chase High School has been really good to us in the past, and I feel we've been good to them, and they wanted to have us out one more time. And what a game to have us out for, because both of these teams are right on the cusp of certain playoff breaks. For Chase High School, they got to win, not win out, but win on the way out to make playoffs, while Polk High School, Polk County, is fighting for a first-round home game, being that they're the only 1A team in this 1A-2A split. So I think Hunter was trying to explain to me earlier, all they have to do is finish above 500.
Finish 500 or greater. So a 500 winning percentage will put Polk County in the automatic qualification for winning their side of the conference, getting a top 10 or 11 seed in the 1A West region of the playoffs.
Okay.
I want to thank our broadcast sponsor today, premier broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players nationwide. Get your Dane Bats trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code on your screen, BBU WNC, for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. They got some great bats, got some great training bats, got some tees. They have online tutorials, and they're nationwide, guys, so go check them out.
Well, rainy day out here in Forest City. Just got word a few minutes ago that RS Central's game with Brevard was postponed, and they're only about maybe 20 minutes north of us. So very picky version of Mother Nature today, as a lot of games are postponed out in the mountains. Still a big week. A lot of conference matchups. We'll probably be touching base on some of those scores as we head through the evening. A couple things to announce to y'all, since we do have a little bit more airtime today. We do have a new power rankings edition that we put out yesterday. Gotta love our power rankings because they cause a little bit of drama. Hunter's been working hard on his BBU analytics model to try to help us with our Mountain 10 and our Foothills 10. Hold on one second. What's up? That's not ours, no. Sorry about that, folks. But
Hacked the press box today.
Say Mountain 10, it's, mountain baseball a little down this year. Your top five right there: East Rutherford, TC Robertson, Tuscola, Asheville, RS. They've been having fairly strong seasons, but that second half, the 6 through 10, has been in flux the last few weeks. As some teams get on a 2-3 game losing streak, while others get on a 2-3 game winning streak. That Mountain 7 conference is probably going to be decided soon, as West Henderson and Tuscola play this week.
It's actually already decided.
Is it?
There's no way, because Tuscola swept North and Pisgah, and so they have 3 conference losses, while Tuscola only has the 1. If they were to get swept by West Henderson, they couldn't fall below
tiebreaker
North and Pisgah. So they have clinched the Mountain 7 championship.
Gotcha. And the Foothill side, big movers are Crest. They just continue to win. They won the Shelby Easter tournament with a 2-1 win over. It was a close game, I think, versus RS in that championship. Lincoln Charter had a loss to Charlotte Country Day, a team that only had 5 wins, I think, going into the game. So they dropped a little bit, taking that loss. And North Gaston jumping on this week. They beat South Point twice. North Gaston previews for the first time at number 9. So we'll see what happens this week. We got a few teams that are in their spring break tournaments. A few others are finishing up conference play. But Foothills 10 is always a little harder to put together because just a little bit more depth and talent with their teams right now compared to the Mountains. And again, nothing nothing against our mountain teams. They're strong teams, but it's a depth thing, So, well, both these coaches are pretty familiar to us. We want to start with the Polk side. Billy Alm, Coach Alm, in his 9th year at Polk. He's his 20th season as a coach. Been doing this for a while. Known Billy since we moved down this way and started working at North Henderson. He's a good baseball guy. I know he's close with your father. He's been asking your dad to coach for a couple years now. So
they got together back at Apple Valley. Billy taught shop down there, and that's where my dad taught for his entire career in Henderson County. So know Billy and Gunner very well. I remember when Gunner was just a baby. He carried around the games.
Well, he's probably going to get tired of me telling this story, but when we used to have the summer league back in the 2000 teens, Gunner would be out in center field as a 4th and 5th grader playing against the varsity guys. And honestly, it reminds me of a good friend of mine I had growing up, basketball side of things, but had a group of friends, and there was a young man named Kevin Swecker who always used to come and play basketball with us. And I'm talking like we're in high school and he's in elementary school. And after a couple of years, like, we're picking him in the pickup games before the high school kids, and that kid ended up playing D1 basketball at Longwood. So I think when you challenge yourself as a young man to play against better competition, which Gunnar Alm has done, that's when you get the result of a potential, well, not a potential, but a D1 commit, in this case, with Gunnar Alm commit to NC State. Billy's background is pretty humble, too. Coach Alm, when he graduated high school, he went and played 2 years at Schenectady Community College up near the Finger Lakes in New York. Man, I wish our kids down here would think about doing that kind of stuff, because even though Billy went away to play ball in New York, he came back to finish at Newberry College, Division II. And I'd love to see more of our Western North Carolina kids take the same route as Coach Alm and not be afraid to go on an adventure. On the other side, Coach Rumfeld. Rummy's been a great guy. Took over for Coach Wall a couple years ago. Rummy's been a great communicator. 3rd season as the head coach at Chase. I was actually an RS Central grad, class of 2010 back in the day. Team's playing all right. They're currently 8-12, right? 8-12, 3-6, Chase High School. So again, a big game for them today. Started off pretty well this season. They were 5-2 in their first 7. Beat McDowell, beat Freedom twice. Then they lost 7 in a row before sweeping Patton on was April 8th and April 11th. So trying to continue to turn around and finish strong. For Polk, again, 9-10. They win today. They're a 500 team. As you heard Hunter say earlier, if they finish 500 or better, they'll have a first-round playoff game. They're only 1A team in Mountain Foothill 7, so it's really them versus themselves right here.
Well, Polk's got the road woes. 1-6 on the road versus the Chase team, who's 4-4 right here at the farm, as they called it up here. Polk coming in on that big 3-game winning streak, defeating Chase earlier in the week. Chase on that 1-game losing streak. Got a big win in that spring break tournament up in Idasuma, Virginia. They played 3
It was all Virginia
schools,
teams,
so
yeah.
Idasuma was in Virginia. 2 losses to start, but finished with a 5-1 win over a Hickory team in Virginia. That was pretty good. But let's talk about our coaches poll and compare it to our current standings. You see our coaches poll on the screen right now. Pretty much top 2 solidified, always solidified, East Rutherford and RS. The big movers here, Hendersonville, projected to finish last, currently in 3rd in the conference standings. Now they've got East Rutherford twice, so that'll move them down a little bit. And Chase has a couple of wins that they can try to grab here, try to move way up, but pretty much.
Well, Hendo had East Rutherford yesterday, lost. They're supposed to have RS today, postponed.
Brevard had RS today.
Oh, you're right.
But they do play RS for a second time, I believe, and then the second game against East Rutherford. So they'll move their way down. And that jumble of, you got Hendersonville at 4-4, then Brevard at 3-5, and Polk and Chase both at 3-6 in conference. So
seems more competitive though than last year. Again, Patton looks down 2-8, but there was a time earlier in the year where they actually cracked the top 10 for us after a good run. They swept Brevard a couple weeks ago. So again, all these teams still have playoff hopes. We'll see how it works out. Last time that they'll be playing in conference though, because next year Chase and the other Rutherford County teams are going to roll in with all the Burke County teams. So Patton, High Britain, Drone, and Burns I think joins them too. So there'll be more of a true foothills conference next year, while Polk joins a weaker conference next year with Rosman, Owen. Or no. Rosman's going back to the Smoky
Rogers going
Mountain.
to Smoky Mountain one day. Polk County is joining the Western Highlands.
So it'll be Polk, Mountain Heritage,
Madison, Mitchell,
Avery, Hendersonville's
no
going to join that group. Drone's
no
out.
They're going down back to the foothills.
I think Drone's the only one that exits that group, and they add Hendo and Polk. So, and I was talking to Gunner before the game. Again, they're excited to make the playoffs this year potentially, but next year they were talking about how much they could own that conference potentially. So, let's see, what else do we got? Might as well hop into the sponsors real quick.
Yeah, you want to read a little bit about our exclusive sponsor. Sponsor number 1 today, SBR Masonry. They did the dugouts here at Chase High School. That's by Jamie Brown. They do stucco, block, and rock and concrete work. They do footers, foundations, basements, and all kinds of concrete and stone work. Their phone number is 828-231-0249. And his email's on your screen, located at 693 Big Island Road in Forest City. Get with SBR Masonry. Done a great job out here.
No, I would say with SBR Masonry, the main advertisement today is your home dugout, your home shed here. They just did all the block work for it. Looks beautiful. Field's looking great overall, too. So, next one.
Value Pack High Performance Dog Food.
Here we go.
This is one that we're excited to share with you today. In 1963, brothers Vic, Gene, and Bubba Kosia founded Specialty Feeds, Formulation 1 quality dog food on a small dairy farm in northern Mississippi. Today, Bubba's son Joey owns and operates Specialty Feeds, and their 7-story plant in Memphis produces numerous quality dog food formulas to meet every dog's needs. And you've got some information about this that we want to share.
Oh, yeah. So Value Pack, again, they're nationwide. I was looking at their map today. Like, you can probably find them in your stores, if not, hop on their website. But during Helene, with all, everybody was in trouble, including the pets. And they donated 4,000 bags of dog food. And we did the math. That was 100 tons of dog food that Value Pack dog food provided to Helene victims after the hurricane. So much appreciated the Value Pack. Hop on their website, valuepackdogfood.com. And I got a bag in here. Halfway through this broadcast, we'll put a camera on it. We'll show you the product.
Yeah, I want to thank our third exclusive sponsor today, B&B Wildlife Management. They remove bats, snakes, skunks, coyotes, raccoons, and other wildlife humanely. We also repair and prevent wildlife from coming back into the home. 1 out of 10 licensed to do it.
Yeah, so that I had to break that down a little bit more. There's only I think they said 10 people in North Carolina that are licensed to remove these animals legally, and they're one of them. So if you got some little critter that snuck in, squirrels in the attic, bats in the basement, whatever it may be, these are the guys that, like, when the police are called or animal control, they end up calling B&B Wildlife Management. So just skip skip all the numbers and call B&B Wildlife if you got some sort of rodent running around somewhere. And then lastly,
we have teacher appreciation night, so we're going to say some stuff about that.
And then our last sponsor, we're going to try to get them in here quickly before they start announcing the teachers. Broadway Tire Service, 828-245-4505, BroadwayTireService.com. Family owned for 27 years, right here in the Forest City community. They strive for the highest quality, honest and friendly service, and they do their best to help you as quickly as possible. When you're ready for that essential maintenance and you want it done right on your schedule, the experts at Broadway Tire Service are here for you. So all things, brake repair, alignments, they can take care of any make or model for you. Make sure you give them a holler. But again, this exclusive broadcast brought to you again by those 4 organizations: Broadway Tire Service, B&B Wildlife Management, Value Pack High Performance Dog Food, and of course SBR Masonry, which has been very key to helping build up this field here.
Yes, sir.
And I think before we get into lineups and everything, we're going to quiet down. You guys getting ready for this right now?
Yeah, we're about to.
We're going to quiet down and let them do their announcements for starting lineups and Teacher Appreciation Night.
And then we'll announce them out. Bring them out, and then I'll announce them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get ready to announce our starting lineups. For the Wolverines, at center field, number 7, Gunnar Alm. At second base, number 3, Mark Jarrett. Designated hitter, number 5, Carson Scruggs. At left field, number 6, Avery Hensley. At third base, number 8, Alex Perry. At shortstop, number 1, Nate Fagan. On the mound, number 2, Noah Arden. Catching, number 10, Mason Bueller. And at right field, number 9, Jace Edwards. And on first base, number 4, Aaron Jackson. Now, let's go ahead and give a welcome to our Chase Trojans, along with our teachers. Up first, that catcher, number 3, Hunter Brown. With Whitney Rumfeld. Up next, at second base, number 5, Nathan Thomas. On the mound, number 1, Landon Millwood.
Starlink's pointed well.
At shortstop, number 2, Noah Craig. At center field, number 10, Matthew Rayborn. At third base, number 8, Zach Branch. At first base, number 12, Chase McGinnis. Hitting designated hitter, number 16, Logan Bradley. At left field, number 9, Ethan Hauser. And at right field, number 20, Gage Holland. Along with our coaches, head coach Jordan Rumfeld, assistant coaches Dirk Thomas, Donnie Henson, Tyler Brown, and Isaiah Baynard. The week before spring break, each varsity player chose a teacher who was special to them and to honor at our Teacher Appreciation Night. The boys personally visited their chosen teacher, presented them with a poster, and extended a special invitation to the game. It was a meaningful way to show how much these educators truly impact their lives on and off the field. Thank you so much for supporting our players. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
So Chase Trojans out there with their favorite teachers. Brings back some memories. I used to love the teacher appreciation nights. Taught for 10 years English, middle school. Well, PA announcer did a good job going through the starting lineup, so why don't we talk about a few of these players, break it down a little bit more for you. Only one commit in the books for Polk County right now, but it's a big one. It's Gunnar Alm. He's a 26 grad center fielder, committed to NC State. It was a perfect game, All-American. Coach Alm told us something before the game about him going to Chase Field in Arizona here soon for some big
pro case.
Hitting for a North Carolina team, I think. So I'm not exactly sure which company that's through, but big congratulations to Gunner for that accomplishment.
And then a couple more in the Polk County lineup that I like personally, and I'm trying to track. Your starting pitcher tonight, Noah Harden. Not a hard thrower, but he fills it up. He's a mid-70s guy, spins it. He's a left-handed swinger, can play multiple positions for you. I think he'd be a good small school guy, good JUCO guy. And then the freshman, Nate Fagan, he's going to be at shortstop tonight. He was impressive when we saw him at Brevard, right? So Fagan's going to be a name that we want to watch for a while. And then on the Chase Trojan side, they too only have one commit, and it's a good one. It's Hunter Brown behind the plate. He's one of the best catch and throw guys on this side of the state. He's heading off to Surrey Community College next year. Very prototypical junior college prospect right now. I expect him to thrive at that level. A few more that we're going to be watching for Chase tonight. Make sure I got my notes right here. There it is. Okay. One in the 27 group is Nate Thomas. He was impressive during that McDowell game. I thought he was pretty sharp. Is he at shortstop again tonight? Thomas. No, second base. So Thomas will be at second base. And then also want to make note of Matthew Rayburn. He's not pitching tonight, but I like him on the bump as a lefty. Very raw. Also an outfielder, first baseman, left-handed swinger. Noah Craig, he's a good utility guy, also a sidearm slinger when he gets on the bump. Your starting pitcher tonight, Landon Millwood. He was our CamWood Bats player of the game in that McDowell game. And then you have Chase McGinnis and Zach Branch as two others to keep an eye on in that 26 group. A little bit of where are they now? Andrew Corder. Let's start with Chase. Andrew Corder, he's a catcher up at Concord University, only about 2 hours from us. Sneaky close up in West Virginia. It's a strong program under Coach Bailey. Jackson Gowan, who's currently at Cleveland, he's their weekend starter, and he's committed to Queens D1 next year. Hank Bright, still up at UVA Wise after a couple red shirts. Mason White, thriving at Cleveland Community College, and Clayton Lancer up at UVA Wise. And for Polk, Micah Hill up at UVA Wise as well. Nicholas Capozzi at Gardner-Webb, and Jordan Searcy finishing up at Brevard College. And let's start our game off with a good one. This is Gunner On leading off for the Wolverines. So it was kind of funny. A couple weeks ago when we saw Polk at Brevard, seeing Gunner before the game, I was just joking with him. We'd done a couple broadcasts last year where he was 0 for. So I kind of needled him a little bit and told him, like, why don't you cut the field into slices? And he went on to rake that day at a home run over the left center field wall, at a double off the center field wall, and reached on an error, but it was, man, I felt bad calling an error when you hit a 105-mile-per-hour line drive into the first baseman's chest that he drops. Any guesses at his OBP this year?
Well, I know it. So
you know it?
We'll have to let the other people guess.
A lot of walks.
I'll say it's between 5 and 800.
749, I want to say. So about 750. He's getting on base 3 out of every 4 times. If you don't have to pitch to him, a lot of times they don't. But I've been really impressed with his overall swing makeup. Very dynamic, a lot of load. And as loud as his swing is, he does repeat well. Seems to catch barrel, has balance in the stride, is able, if he gets the off speed, he's able to stay balanced, keep his hands back a lot. Been really impressed with his ability to work the middle and left side of the field too. Because, and again, we may see it tonight, but if he gets a hold of one pole side, I mean, he don't have to prove that power. Say Millwood's, he's kind of your prototypical Rutherford County pitcher you've seen in the last decade or two. Just seems like they can throw and throw and throw, and the arm will never fall off. Long, lanky kid, approaching high 7s with the velocity. You can see the body. You could add 30 pounds to him, so definitely a good JUCO recruit, a good projectable guy. So the umpire's asking some questions. He's making sure that's a baseball. It is a baseball. Okay, switches it out. Maybe it was a practice ball or something.
I'm giving all the baseballs back.
What are we playing with 1830s out here?
I don't know. The coach hates every single one of these. It's like he just got done an Easter egg hunt. They were throwing in some of those dead balls with Gunner batting.
Is this what Rob Manford is doing to the game?
A little bit of drama from yesterday's game. Polk, I believe, won 8-3. Gunner got hit twice. And I think there is potentially some meaning behind that, so they didn't have to face them. But they're going to get them here with the ground out to the first baseman. So 1-3 starts this game.
Wolverines, number 3, Mark Garrett.
Well, we still did our keys to the game. Did we call them the Meineke keys to the game? No. I mean, there's free press anyway. But our keys to the game here, still trying to stress the importance. Number one, small ball is smart ball. There's not a lot of thump in these lineups outside of Alm. So good athletes got to be putting the bunt down, got to be running on the bases and working counts today. Key number 2 is how to approach the big gun. Gunnar Alm, he's a guy that we just said he has a 750 on base percentage, so when to pitch to him, when not to. And Landon Millwood made some easy work of him the first time around. And then with it being a wet day and just against small school baseball, the cleanest D will most likely come out the victors tonight. So we saw Polk struggle a little bit with their infield defense in that Brevard game. There's a pop foul. It's going to get out of here. Not too far from the camera tripod we got set up. But, yeah, the cleanest D will probably win this game. So looking for pitchers to throw to contact on both sides. Both these arms are mid to high 7s. So you're not going to see a ton of strikeouts. It's going to come down to pitching and defense. So that is our keys to the game, just your generic keys.
Your house keys. Your shed keys.
Say Jarrett had 3 hits in that Brevard versus Polk game we covered a couple weeks ago. Mark Jarrett, I believe, is a senior. Coach Alm does not have his grad years on the roster. Millwood's going to get the contact. It's going to bring Carson Scruggs up to the plate. Carson DH.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 5, Carson Scruggs.
Scruggs DH and for the first baseman, Aaron Jackson, this evening. So Millwood always poised up there. It doesn't necessarily look like he's overwhelming, but he just mixes well, throws 3 different pitches. Good stamina. He can last deep into the games. Nice pitch there at the bottom of the zone. How we doing on our connection there? Having a little bit?
It's good. Gonna battle some stuff because the skies are cloudy.
So this is the first rainy day?
First rainy day. Foul ball. First day we've actually had precipitation on the phones, on the Starlink, so seeing how it responds today.
So the cases that we bought for these phones with sponsorship money, thank you. They said waterproof, so we'll find out. Waterproof, shockproof. We got first base and there's a drive up the middle. It almost takes Millwood's head off. Holy moly. So Scruggs on with a 2-out single.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 6, Avery Hensley.
So that's going to bring Hensley, the left fielder, to the plate. Hitting with 1 on, 2 outs. Swing and a foul back behind us. With 2 outs, you wonder if you get the runner started here with it being wet. I will say Hunter Brown behind the plate is one of your best catch and throw guys on this side of the state. Rocket arm, blocks well. Very reliable catcher back there. Swing, ground ball, slow chopper. Ooh. Oh, Lordy. So say short, deep in the glove there at third base by McGinnis. I think that's McGinnis over there. Nope, that's Branch. Comes up, ball's wet, lets it fly.
Now
It's
batting
going to be an
Wolverines, number 8, Alex
E5.
Perry.
So now it's getting a little hairy here for the Trojans. E5 is going to make a first and third situation. Alex Perry. I think Polk Sports just wrote an article about Alex in last week's media. I don't know if Polk Sports is a paper. Are they a paper or they're just an online?
I think they're just online publication, but not
But
exactly sure.
The article was about Alex and Coach Alm just saying he wish he had 15 Alex Perrys, hardest working kid on his team, comes ready to practice every single day. He's been one of their better pitchers. He struggled a little bit in the game we were at versus Brevard, but he's been, I think, leads the team in innings. It's either him or Harden. So chasing the pinstripes today. Polk in the all black. Nice curveball there. 1-1. So they've been raining for a good part of the day, but no wind. Flag is not blowing at all out there in center field. Swing and a foul. Runner is off. He'll return. Say 1-2 count here. You go right after him. You do a quick pitch out here and see if you can nab him. Say it's a little wet. Probably just go for the right pitch here.
Definitely don't give him anything to hit, though.
Say spin something and block hard. So they did get a JV game in before this one. Worked hard to try to get the field manageable as the rain came during the JV game. Not enough to stop play. Bullpen area looks good back there when I put the center field camera out there. They've redone some things. New turf. So dugouts look real sharp. I like the color spectrum with the powder blue on top. Swing ground ball, another chance for Branch. Throws it across. That'll be out number 3. So Trojans able to skirt past some potential danger. So GO5. Due up for your Trojans are going to be Hunter Brown, Nate Thomas, and Landon Millwood.
Home repair and remodel, custom metal products, and Robbins Repairables and Auto Parts. Thank you for your support.
We may have a game tomorrow. We're scheduled for 3 this week. We got Smoky Mountain hosting North Buncombe, but the weather was rough enough to cancel a lot of games up that way this evening, and we'll see if they're going to be able to play tomorrow because it looks like they're calling for almost an inch of rain up that way again. It would be our first look at Smoky Mountain and their new lights at their field. A lot of good field amenities at the places we visited this year. I know Western North Carolina is still working hard to improve a lot of their fields after the hurricane. We spoke with Coach Hackett at Freedom High School a couple days back, and they don't have a field. That was quietly under the radar. But Freedom, Pisgah, ACA, there's a lot of schools that had their fields completely washed away. So keep your attention out here, and if you can still give, please do. Like we said earlier, Value Pack Dog Food gave away a ton of dog food. We're still rebuilding out here, and baseball's been one of those things that keeps the vibes up. Some interesting scores coming in there, Hunter.
Yeah, Cherryville down by Legion Collegiate Academy 9-1. Wow, big for the 1A Cherryville. Big loss. St. Stephen's loses to Alexander Central. Good for them. Alexander Central is slowly climbing its way back in. Probably make playoffs.
Are they second place behind South Caldwell?
I believe so. In that split conference. Ooh, Stuart Kramer beats East Gaston 3-1. Is there anything else up here? High Britain, big win over Maiden, 15-2.
South Caldwell.
That's the most runs they've scored all year. I saw that pop up
Now
on my
leading
phone.
off for your
17-3 over Middle Township.
Hunter Brown.
I have no idea where Middle Township is. Is that a North Carolina school, or are they out playing a tournament somewhere?
I guess we'll find out. Middle Township is
Neutral non-conference
New Jersey.
game.
So that is definitely
I saw East Rutherford is playing all those New York teams last weekend and crushed them pretty good.
Yeah.
Hunter Brown, your leadoff hitter here for Chase Trojans. Hunter has worked hard to get more physical over the years. Seeing him before the game was poking fun at him about the first prospect filming he did with us about 2 or 3 years back at Mars Hill. And he looked like a little guy. And now he's a big, strong kid, one of the better catchers in Western North Carolina, and a college commit. So I love seeing those good ball players at that freshman, sophomore level not being afraid of the gym. Hunter knew it. After that sophomore year, every time I called him, he was in the gym with somebody. A lot of times he's in there with Andrew Corder, who graduated last year. Hopefully Andrew's listening in. His family's been a big supporter of what we do. Chase High School in general, Jackson Gowan, Hank Bright, worked with a good number of ball players through here the last few years. Oh, right on the corner. So Hunter Brown thought he had ball 4, but he gets himself a full count here. He's going to toe the line a little bit, crowd the plate. See if Harden spins one. What do you think? Harden's got a decent curveball. Oh, looks like he went with a changeup or something there and bounced it. So
now batting for the Trojans.
leadoff does what leadoff's supposed to do and gets on base. And Nate Thomas up now. Nate playing second base. Nate played shortstop at the game versus McDowell earlier in the year. I was pretty impressed with him. Swinging a giant pencil on Teacher Appreciation Day. Who makes those bats?
I don't know.
I wonder if they make a wood bat version if you broke it, if there's lead in the middle.
That'd be funny.
So 1-0 count here. Third base is in. I think that's Perry at third. So Fagan, the shortstop, and Jarrett, the second baseman. Coach Alm trying to switch things up on his infield defense a little bit the last couple weeks. And it's paid off. Polk's won 3 in a row.
3-game win streak over Chase and the sweep of Patton last week.
That was a very necessary sweep. That was a big sweep by Polk.
Well, Patton getting swept by both Polk and Chase, but sweeping Brevard this year. So what goes around comes around.
Haven't seen him yet. Would like to get him on the schedule, especially next year. I've heard they got some young arms. I've heard that Patton has arms. They just got to work on a few other aspects of their game. But I will say, overall, the breadth of talent in the Mountain Foothills 7 is better this year than it has been in the past. Even though East Rutherford's undefeated, I wonder, losing Jordan Dixon last year was big for them. I haven't really seen a big thumper in that lineup, but they're all just good baseball players. Malachi Dato is definitely their Cy Young guy over there for East Rutherford. RS played East Rutherford close. I want to say they lost 4-3 and 6-3.
Yeah, we were at a 6-3 game, I think.
That was a good game. It's just Dato. He's probably one of the top 5 arms out here in the mountains. Strike 3, watching. You hate to see it on a full count.
Trojans, number 1, Landon Millwood.
Was kind of thinking at the beginning of that at-bat bunt. It's wet. He got speed on the bases. Say might square him even here. Force him to make a play on him. Brown's off. Throw down by Byler. Bang, bang. He is safe. Gets the arm in there.
That's a BTS stolen base.
So that was a nice bang, bang. You like to see that competitive baseball there. Byler on the throw. Byler, a good catcher. A couple years ago, he expressed maybe wanting to play, but told me last year he just wants to go to work. Same route his brother Jackson took. Jackson was a good catcher as well. Millwood trying to help himself now. Starting pitcher this evening. Base hit gives his team the lead. It's outfield. Playing a step deep. Park plays big, though. Plays, short fences. Like, you go out there, this fence is like 2.5 feet tall. Like, there's just a highlight play waiting to be made out there by an outfielder going over a fence. But when you look at the full range left or right, this is one of the bigger parks out this way. A lot of room on that right side with the second baseman, Jarrett, holding Brown close to the bag. So you can stay behind one here, shoot one through the right side. 1-1 count. Barry's one there. Harden came in relief for Perry in that Polk versus Brevard game we covered, and I thought he pitched well. I don't know if you went back and checked the line, but he gave up 9 runs, but only one of them was earned. It was just one brutal inning. It was actually the inning that Coach Allman took an exit. Swing, ground ball short. Brown's off on contact. He's going to get there. Throw by Fagan. Nice pick by the first baseman.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 2,
That's Aaron
Noah
Jackson
Craig.
at first base. So the go-ahead run, 90 feet away. Noah Craig, the shortstop, coming up. See what he can do about it. That was a nice pick over there by Jackson. Again, he's being DH'd for. You don't see that a lot in the field as a first baseman being DH'd for. But he's in there to pick it, apparently. So Craig, 1-0. Versatile ball player. I like watching Craig pitch. He's a sidearm slinger. So Harden evens the count here, 1-1. Say third baseman Perry's still in. He went 2 outs. Swing, pop fly. That might stay in here on the first base side. Jackson's got to play, and he takes it for the foul out. So no damage done. Both teams get a runner to third, but cannot execute. And it's going to be Fagan, Harden, and Byler up in the second.
Well, just like our sponsors today, appreciate them for making this exclusive game happen. We want to shout out our Patreon. Want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you. That includes the Western North Carolina College Tour Series, the Western North Carolina High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content including playoff projections, which have been updated and will be up there soon.
And the only person who gets to enjoy it is Bob's Burgers, because he's our only Patreon member right now. So join the Patreon. I put up the consolidated games the other day.
Yeah.
That was cool, but it's not as cool as your playoff projections. But honestly, you're going to want to subscribe to our Patreon just to see Hunter's playoff projections. It's awesome. It gets you all talking. That BBU Plus is a pretty cool thing he's got going on. So here's something fun. The Patreon, as we told you, we only got one right now. However, let's talk about the other social medias. And I hate social media, I ain't going to lie. But we appreciate the viewership. Right now, our Baseball University X account has 4,940 followers, so 60 more to 5,000. So if you're listening and you're not part of our X, get on there and subscribe. Let's look at Instagram next. Instagram, this is the one that we just started a few weeks back, actually a couple months at this point. 656 followers, and I don't know what that means, because Instagram's still the one that I have no clue on. Facebook,
Wolverines, number 1, Nate.
We've been climbing on our Facebook. Facebook is up to 829 followers. And then YouTube, we were at 599. So let's see if we got that 600th follower on YouTube today. 600 subscribers for YouTube. We did it, folks. And I think I've applied for the super chat stuff. So if you're listening, you like what you hear, feel free to drop us, super badge, super chat, super sticker.
Something.
Gives us extra revenue. We appreciate you. Just the hypothetical. We get 100 people to give us $5 a month through the Patreon. I mean, we were talking about this morning. We got new cameras we got to buy. We got new video software we got to buy. I'm very transparent. Hunter's very transparent. This is going to be a Western North Carolina idea that grows and thrives. So thank you to all the businesses and crowdfunders that have been behind us the last 2 seasons. Fagan through the 5-5 hole, and that's why we mentioned his name earlier in the broadcast. He's one that Coach Alm has very excited about. Talked to Gunner about Fagan as well. Says
Now
as a
batting for the
freshman, he's
Wolverines,
working his
number 2,
butt off.
Noah Harden.
And again, coach has shown his trust in him by moving him over to shortstop today. Here's Noah Harden. I think Noah's got a good left-handed swing. He's struggling a little bit this year as far as the numbers go offensively, but I really liked what I saw out of him in the fall league. It's compact. He can shoot the ball both ways. Got to get a little bigger, a little stronger. And he's jumped up to be pretty much the ace of this Wolverines ball club on the mound. Filled a lot of innings for them this year. Mid-sevens stuff, but he spins it well. So we got the radar gun in the booth tonight. We'll see how Millwood's doing. I'm going to say, let's see, Millwood last game was 75-77. I'm still a projection guy. I look for guys that know how to pitch because I think velo will come eventually. I understand it's important. There's a couple kids we've run into this year where we get them on the gun, they're low 80s, high 70s, and they feel embarrassed. And I'm like, why? I graduated high school throwing 82, went to Division III Ohio Northern, tried to learn how to pitch, got hurt. I think a lot of these kids are in that same boat where you don't realize that it's not about – they're not recruiting you for what you're going to do at age 17, 18. They're trying to figure out what you're going to do as a 21, 22-year-old for them. So Harden goes down watching. That's one out.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 10, Mason Bueller.
Byler.
Go either way.
Bueller. Yeah, Mason Byler, good kid, good personality. 67 on the off speed there from Millwood. 76 on the fastball. That's usually where Millwood's at, about 76, 77. Good arm. Get some more weight on those bones. He'll be an 80s guy one day. 68 on the spinner. Yeah, we've had some interesting names this year. I usually try to ask beforehand.
I usually do, and I didn't this time.
We had one at Freedom the other day I was struggling with. I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm not one to talk. My last name's Cook, but it's spelled Koch. I get a lot of interesting pronunciations.
I was up here earlier in the year, and there was a couple names I struggled with. Weird names. I bet it was probably the same.
3-1 here for Millwood. Got to get back in that zone. Swing. Staying up. And that's going to be hauled in by the right fielder.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 9, Jace Edwards.
It's Gage Holland out there in right field for the Trojans, hauling that in. That brings the 9-hitter, Jace Edwards, up. Jason left field tonight. And Branch, Craig, Thomas, and that's a pass ball. It's going to let Fagan move down to second. Who's our first baseman this evening? It's McGinnis. So it's Branch, Craig, So, Branch, Craig, Thomas, McGinnis around the infield. And Hauser, Rayburn, and Hollins around the outfield left to right. So I usually have my little whiteboard up here. I haven't pulled it out yet. Another good spinner by Millwood. Again, Millwood will throw any pitch and any count. That's what I like about him. He's been getting big innings for Chase the last 2 seasons. Goes back to the heat, misses low. So 2-2, 2 out. It's a big pitch right here. You got first base open, but it is a 9-hitter here. I say middle in fastball. Challenge him. Oh, he goes upstairs, 78 on the gun, but Pops out a Hunter Brown's glove. It's going to let Fagan move back down, or down to third now. So the second and the third here on the pass ball. And every half inning is seeing a runner get to third. So we'll see if Millwood and the Trojans can escape this one again. Swing and a foul back. So I'll tell you what, some of these concession stands have been surprisingly solid this year. They got wings down there, and I'm dying right now because I've wanted to buy a big thing of wings, but there's no – oh, my, gets sawed off. Almost flips one into left field for the single. That's a foul ball. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go down there in probably the fifth inning and just tell them to put two orders aside because I love wings. I know, I'm struggling. I mean, if I had wings up here right now, it'd be useless. It'd be a useless broadcast. You just hear nothing but chewing and greasy fingers getting all the technology broken. Number 9 hitter puts a decent swing on it. Rayburn leaves his feet and makes the catch. That is a highlight play in center field by Matthew Rayburn.
What a catch to end the inning.
Just seemed to hang up. He hit it hard, hung up. I thought it was going to get down, but Rayburn, the left-handed center fielder, comes in, takes off, and has a reason to do laundry now. Coming up for the Trojans will be Rayburn, followed by Branch and McGinnis here in the bottom of the second. Interesting choice of music, especially with some of the controversy that came out today, but let's leave it at that. Hunter's got 4 interesting angles tonight. I think he's really enjoyed having the 4th camera. We'll let him talk you through some of his angles here. I think he's dealing with a little bit of latency at the moment.
Yeah, camera 2 is just like dead right now. I don't get it.
Dead? Do I need to go hit the power on it?
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why. Yeah, go hit the power on that.
I'll be back. Hunter's in charge.
Which one's camera 2?
That one. Here's camera 1, folks, behind the plate in the press box behind the net. Camera 2 is this camera, but obviously you can't see any movement on it because it is just stuck. Brian's going to go fix that. Camera 3 looking at the first base line. On the pole next to the third base dugout. Newly built dugout by SBR Masonry. And then camera 4 on top of said dugout on a tripod getting the pickoff play and everything. And there's a ball driven to left center field. Gunner calling off his left fielder very loudly, confidently for the first out of
now batting for the Trojans, number 8, Zach Branch.
Branch up for Chase.
Only way to go. And so
Big swing, strike 1 on a ball out. A can of corn for Alm. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 12, Chase McGinnis.
McGinnis up to the plate now for the Trojans. I believe his older brother or cousin Chipper played for the Trojans back when I was in high school. I know Chipper kind of well. Played with a couple of my friends down here. Oh, what a great play at third base. Throws across and gets him.
Ladies and gentlemen, over at the concession stand, we still have wings, and now we have hot coffee.
Smoking gun is dangerous. That's the way it is. That's the way it was. When you learn to run, it was in the blood. It was in the hole. Now
I think I saw some sitting on the box. I
see.
was trying to hurry. They were sitting there. Go. You know who I am. Go. I said, crap, I got to do something. Yeah, I actually heard that.
Hey, see the middle, you want to get there. When my people say proper. See, I come from the good and the mother, baby, somehow I got time to rock. I was down on my way. So it's like it's rocking. Had to figure it out 8 seconds. See, now I got kids, I be back to take off. It just started walking up the shop. If I see it, I like it, I cop it. It was days when I didn't have to used to walk through the stuff with my pocket. Kicking doesn't get caught, keep it solid. I was nice, I felt I was dropping.
Do it again.
Now batting for the Wolverines. Number
Do it
7,
again.
Gunnar Alm.
Technical difficulties, folks. Ball hammer to right center by Alm. Leadoff single for the Wolverines.
Waiting to share the connection.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 3, Mark Jarrett.
All right. All right. Sorry, having a little technical difficulties on camera number 2. I'll let Hunter go take a look. All right. So what did we miss last inning there? Rayborn fly out to Branch. They both go to center field, and then McGinnis. Was that ground out? Yeah. Seeing that. All right. All right. How did Gunner get on over here?
Line drive out the right center.
Single? All right. So now we're all caught up. Mark Jarrett up for a second time. Struck out his first at bat. Alm's off. Oh, he's going to take it without a throw there. Lost it on the transfer. So Gunnar Alm's got probably 25 plus stolen bases this season. Let's see if he takes off for third here. There's the bunt. Nice sack bunt there. So gets the run over to third on the sack.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 5, Carson Scruggs.
Carson Scruggs hit a line drive with the middle in the first inning. I almost took Millwood's hat off. What you thinking with that one?
I'm thinking we're back.
You back on it? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It was saying waiting for connection. I couldn't get it to like pick up. So, what's the? All right, hold on. So there's a leg lift while on the base to third. Is that not a balk? Hunter, what's the call on that? He did the leg lift to third, but it was a fake. I thought when you lifted and went, like you had to go.
You don't have to throw it. You just have to.
For third base, I thought you did have to make the throw if you made the move.
Because I know in first base, like the guy's on first and I'm a lefty and I'm doing that, and I just step and stop, they're going to call me on a balk. So we might have missed a call there.
Yeah, the first and third call in.
There's no first, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like you have to look that up.
It just misses there. So again, 1 out, Scruggs up. Say Polk has managed to get a runner to third base on each trip to the plate. So again, Gunnar on with the leadoff single, makes it to third on the stolen base and the sac bunt. Carson Scruggs, now your batter with 1 out. There's a ground ball. It's be Craig in the middle. Scoops up, throws across. Oh, it's in the dirt, so it's going to get past the runner and actually bounce over that aluminum fence. And it's going to be an E6 on the throw.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 6, Avery Hensley.
Now Scruggs will still be awarded an RBI because there's less than 2 outs. So this is a 1-0 game at the moment with Gunnar on coming in to score the first run of this game. So Avery Hensley at the plate with 1 out. Millwood spins one there. Just low. Good take. Millwood 76 to 78 this evening on his fastball. It's right about around where he's normally sitting. He's got first baseman up on the grass. Not a big lead at second. Swing, pop, fly. Is it going to stay in? Nope. It's going to climb back behind the bleachers. So, a little scary moment there with camera 2.
Yeah,
It was the phone was definitely dead when I got there.
I gotta make sure the battery's at the end of this half inning, but yeah, that's what happens when rain and Starlink and charging and tech issues.
Ooh, spins one. Stays in the
I don't know
top.
where that
I guess top of the zone, I guess. So 3 hits here for the Wolverines in the 3rd inning. Not 3 in the inning, 3 in the game. 3-2 count here. He's going to miss high. It's ball 4. The first base open. Hensley heads down to first to make it
Now
first
batting for
and
the
second.
Wolverines, number 8, Alex Perry.
Alex Perry grounded out to end the 1st inning. So Brown out to talk to his pitcher for a minute. Maybe discuss some potential defense here. I wonder if we see a bunt.
1 out, I wouldn't put a pass coach on. Try to get some runs up here early with the pitch count being so high. A new attribute isn't the new scoreboard this year?
Mm-hmm.
New attribute of it. It's got pitch count next to the hits.
You think the same people did Crest did this one?
And the same people did all of them. They all look the same.
I do like the CT logo, that Minnesota Twins, Twin City emblem. I'd bunt because I've seen probably 3 or 4 throws in the infield this game already that you can tell they're just having trouble getting grip.
I put the ball on the ground as much as possible.
Where is he missing there? Yeah. I mean, we're elevated here behind the batter. Sometimes those low strikes can be tough for us to pick up. Millwood's around the zone right now. I mean, he's not missing bad. He's around it, but he's a lot of 3-1, 3-2 counts. Ball 4. So Perry and Hensley back-to-back walks. And after Scruggs reached on the
Now
air,
batting for the Wolverines, number 1, Nate
base is
Fagan.
loaded. Here's Nate Fagan. Fagan had the single his first time up. Fagan, a good young ball player. You can see he's probably about 115 pounds, soaking wet. That ball, here's that bunt we were asking about. They're going to come home for one, though, so nice play there by Branch. So fielder's choice for Fagan. It's 5-2.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 2, Noah Harden.
So bases remain loaded, but 2 outs. And that brings the left-handed Noah Harden up. And luckily that play was available at home, because if he had to plant and throw to first on that, I don't know. Could have been chaos. Nice changeup. Fades on him. Bounces one here. Brown hops on it quick, but he's not able to get it to Millwood in time. That's going to be a wild pitch that scores Hensley. Everybody else moves up 1. First base now open with a 1-1 count. Umpire's out to talk real quick. Switching the balls out again. I wonder what he was trying to throw there. I wonder if that was another changeup.
It's like he's trying to grab it and just keeps letting it go at the last second. It's deep in the palm. Did you shoot that one?
I did not.
You'll never know.
It's going from the windup here. Swing, ground ball. Millwood snags it. Underhand toss, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So a little bit of damage done. 2 in for the Wolverines. As we head into the bottom of the 3rd, still looking for their first hit. It'll be Bradley, Holland,
Ladies
and
and gentlemen, let's take a
Brown.
moment
Talk
to
about
recognize
SBR
our official
Masonry.
sponsors: Stanton Enterprise, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A in Forest City, Jay's Discount Grocery, Fountain Electric, Friendship Forest City, Applin Boring, and Cummins Meritor. Thank you for your support.
So again, we want to thank our sponsors today, SBR Masonry especially. Again, SBR, they did the dugout, this home dugout and shed over here on the 3rd base side. Stucco work, block work, rock work, concrete. They do footers, foundations, basements, and more. So if you're needing any masonry work done, you know who to call. It's going to be SBR Masonry at 828-231-0249, located here in Forest City at 693 Big Island Road. And the email is sbrmasonry19@gmail.com, sbrmasonry19@gmail.com. Again, very much appreciative of these businesses. They wanted to bring us back to do an extra game. That's why this is an exclusive feature. And we like small school baseball. Hunter and I were talking a lot about that this year, how it's important to get to these 1A, 2A games. A lot of respect for PBR and some of the bigger organizations out there, but they're usually covering your big 4A games, your top 25 in the state teams. And our job out here in the mountains is to make sure that no prospect is left behind. There's a lot of good prospects at these smaller
Leading off for the
schools.
Trojans, number 16,
And it's our job
Logan
to
Bradley.
try to get with them early and make sure they understand the college recruiting landscape and what their options are. And again, this broadcast is an example of the tools that we're trying to create for these young men to get their name out there, so they don't always have to fall victim to big industry and the thousands and thousands of dollars that families are being forced to pump into these baseball, college baseball pursuits. I'd like to see a return to genuine high school player development and recruiting through interaction of high school and college coaches, and the return of dominant Legion baseball, which we're excited for post 70 this year. Post 70 American Legion Asheville. We're trying to do a broadcast for them. We're looking for new sponsors, though, because it starts all over again with all the great businesses we found for the Scout and Streaming series. Only 2 more weeks, actually a week and a half at this point, for this season, and we got to find some new sponsors for the Legion season if it's going to happen. So if you own a business in the Buncombe or Henderson County area in Western North Carolina, look us up if you want to get behind the sponsorship for Legion Baseball. Again, Legion pretty prominent down here in Rutherford, Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln. It's like it never died down in these foothills. Shelby.
Well, it didn't, because Shelby hosted the American League World Series, so there's a lot of buy-in.
So Logan Bradley going to take a lead-off walk.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 20, Gage Holland.
Say Logan Bradley, a sophomore down there at first base after taking the walk. It's going to bring Gage Holland to the plate. Gage, a freshman, squares the bunt. Ooh. And as a freshman, you know that coach is saying, hey, little things, right? So we'll see. My guess is he gets the bunt sign again here, and coach is probably putting the test on him. Say, do the little things right for me, Mr. Freshman. Harden delivers. No bunt here. Swing, foul ball. So quick 0-2 count. Now Holland's got to choke up, knuckle up, and try to get this ball in play here. So not a lot of speed on the bases with Bradley, the DH. So you don't want to roll one over here for the shortstop or third baseman to turn it on you. And that's nothing against you, Mr. Logan Bradley. I couldn't run out a double play myself. So Chase still looking for their first hit here. Noah Harden been filling the zone up early. He's allowed the leadoff walk to Hunter Brown, and he's had 6 straight retired until the walk to Bradley. So been filling it up. But 2 leadoff walks are the damage done so far. Pass ball or wild pitch there?
Wild pitch. That ball was 5 feet above the catcher's mitt.
There you go.
It almost came through our window up here.
Hold, throws, spins one outside, 2-2. So Holland here, again, bunted foul the first pitch, fell behind 0-2, works it back even here. Harden definitely wants to get Holland before he turns the lineup over to face Brown, Thomas, and Millwood. So full count. The young man's choking up. This is one of those things where you got anything in the zone, just try to stay behind it, put it on the right side. Swing, pop, fly, left side, foul. This will be the 7th pitch that the young freshman sees. Quab.
Love me a quab. Had a quab helmet. I think they did that after I left. I don't know if we had the quab helmet that year.
Quabs are important. I think it gives young prospects another way to look at how effective their at-bat was. If you see 7, 8, 9 pitches and you get out, that was still very effective. He just worked that pitch count up on that young pitcher out there. So this will be the 8th pitch that he sees. It's a great AB coming out of the 9-hole here from Holland. Again, there's another reality where he put the first pitch down for a bunt. It was a 1-pitch AB, but here we see the 8th pitch coming. Bradley with his leadoff second. Jarrett keeping an eye on him. So the umpire refreshes his baseball collection. Hopefully those are all legal balls. I don't know what the controversy was there in the first inning when they switched out like 15 baseballs.
Those just came out of the plastic, so they ain't been roughed up at all.
We'll see a 9th pitch. They're all Incrediballs.
Well, Incrediball wouldn't go, 150 feet maybe. Ain't no way you hitting an Incrediball over 200 feet.
You sound like you're hitting a wet sock.
Butter sock.
It's a good experience builder here for Holland.
The big AB with no outs here. Both are battling hard to try to win it.
Foul tip into Byler's mitt, and that is strike 3, but that's still a good AB. Brings Noah Harden's pitch count up an extra 10.
Number 3, Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown, your Surrey Knight commit. Excited about the JUCO future for him and a lot of our young men out here in Western North Carolina. JUCO route is one of my favorite routes. Swing, drive down the left field line. That ball's foul by about 2 feet. Brought his hands in. Was trying to give a play for extra bases there. So 0-1. So Brown's worked very hard to get himself to a respectable bat. Has always been a good catcher. Very good catch and throw guy. Again, Coach Collin, your head coach over at Surrey. We wish him well. I know he's been dealing with some health issues again this year. Surrey, one of the most winningest programs in North Carolina collegiate ball the last couple seasons. Does a good job in that Region 10 D3 conference. Got a few Western North Carolina kids out there that Hunter will be joining. Leighton McMahon from ACA, Chase James from ACA, Abram Appel from Franklin. Tyler Williams is in this graduation class with Hunter. Tyler at Tuscola. There's a swing and a drive to left field. That's going to get down. Are they going to send Bradley? No, hit it too hard. It's going to be first and third situation.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 5, Nate Thomas.
It was still early, but Brown goes and breaks up the no-no here in the third inning. Nate Thomas up now with first and third. Thomas struck out looking his first at bat. And this is one of those situations with one out, first and third, your number 2 hole hitter up. What are you going to call, Coach Rummy? Because you could run, you could bunt. You can also let him swing because Harden's pitch count this inning is probably approaching 20. Alex Perry in at third base. It's going to be a safety squeeze bunt. Has Bradley got enough speed to get in? He does not. He is out at home. So safety squeeze backfires. It'll be a fielder's choice for
now
Thomas.
Now for the Trojans, number 1, Landon Millwood.
1-2. They cut down Bradley at home. Brown moves up to second. So I like the idea. The unfortunate part there is I don't know if you had enough speed at third base to execute the safety squeeze. You probably have to run the full-out regular squeeze at that situation. We're going to try bunt again. Millwood puts one down. It's going to dribble foul, though. So I like the small ball attempt.
What was the key to the game?
Small ball, smart ball. But I just feel like that contact play was delayed. Did we see the replay? He started very late on that contact bunt. Again, I like the safety squeeze, but look, he's not getting a huge lead. Bunts down, he hesitates. Yeah, they had him by a mile there. That's unfortunate. So Millwood here, batting with 2 outs, first and second. Millwood grounded out to the shortstop, his first at bat. So Millwood here trying to extend the inning with 2 strikes. Harden holds, delivers. Harden's got good pace on the mound, mixes up his holds, mixes up his looks. Doesn't seem rattled much out there, even in that Brevard game. And that, I don't want to say it was the 4th or 5th inning he came. It was the second inning of work, and defense kind of let him down behind him in that game. And he just stayed poised, kept trying to fill it up. There's a swing. Oh, that ball's going to eat up the shortstop. That's going to score Brown. Everybody else is going to hold tight. Hit it hard, tough hop, wet conditions. Give him a single. So it would be an RBI single. Brown was off on the play, scores easily. Thomas is going to have to hold up at second. 2-1 game now. So Millwood helping himself out there, cuts their lead in half, 2-1 now. And that's going to bring Noah Craig up. He fouled out to the first baseman, Jackson. Is that who we got over there? Yes. So fouled out to Jackson at first base his first time up. This is high here. Say Hardens threw some pitches this inning. The Holland at bat was 9 or 10 pitches. He walked Bradley, so he's got to be up to about 20-some pitches this inning. How many pitches this inning? 20. This will be the 25th pitch. And anytime you can get a pitcher up over 20, 25, 30 pitches in an inning, you're doing a good work. You're doing good work because Polk's got they've already pitched through how many? I'm guessing Perry started for them yesterday. Don't know. I'll say because they played yesterday, so they've already wasted at least one starter. I'm not sure if they had relievers yesterday. Pop fly in the middle of the field here. Perry calls it, and that's the third out. So I don't know what Coach Alm's relief corps looks like today. I'm not sure what Coach Rummy's relief corps looks like today. Matthew Rayborn pitched yesterday. Okay. Brown in relief potentially. All right, so Byler, Edwards, and then the top with Gunnar Alm here for Polk in the top of the fourth. You want to put a camera on this dog food?
Yeah, let's.
You want to add yours to it real quick?
Yeah,
or
let's
do you want
that.
Yeah. Say we're going to show off our value pack here. This is our VP Value Pack Performance Dog Food. Not that it's the most exciting thing in the world, but we really appreciate their sponsorship today. We were on their website, but no corn, no wheat, no soy, no gluten. Heck, their dogs are eating better than most humans. I don't know what these words are, but you got your natural sources of glucosamine and chondroitin. Maintains healthy skin and coat. We got the omegas. Oh, yeah, 22 protein, 12 fat. But, yeah, this is Value Pack for high-performance dog food. Get online and check them out. Say, I wish I had a dog up here. I'll say, I wish we had a dog we can bring up the booth and show you how good it tastes. Say, I ain't about to eat it, but I'm sure it's good enough for people. But yeah, Value Pack high performance dog food. They're selling their stuff all over the country, it looks like. And again, if you got hunting dogs, working dogs like we do, I got a blue heeler, I got a heeler or a Catahoula heeler, and I got a super mutt. So we got 3 working dogs at home, and we got to feed them well to maintain their performance. And we might be switching over to Value Pack here soon. I'm going to go check in at my local feed store and see if they're carrying it. If not, try to push for it because, again, we're very much appreciative of the work they did during Helene with over 100 tons of donated dog food. Holy moly.
How many bags was that? 4,000?
4,000 bags.
And that's probably, what, 8 to 12,000 dogs, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Feeding? That's a lot of dogs got good
A lot
food.
of people stepped up and helped out Western North Carolina. Was reading an article this morning. I guess the Amish never left Chimney Rock. They've been down there the whole dang time rebuilding.
Oh.
So we had, I guess those are families from Pennsylvania that came down. And I live like a stone's throw from Chimney Rock. I haven't been able to get down there yet. They still got the roads blocked off and everything. They had armed security down there for a while.
Did you see the notification?
Did get down to Batcave for a day, and it was bad.
Did you see the notification they sent out? They're like, hey, these roads are closed.
Yeah.
So, no, we haven't been on Grant Mountain at all, Ryan.
Well, see, my road that I live on in Edneyville is actually the road that everybody had to take to get down to 64. It was a quiet road that turned into just everything from, dump trucks, refrigerator trucks, just hauling.
Wolverines, number 9, Jace Edwards.
It turned into a highway, it seemed. Drove through Girton the other day with Hunter on our way up to, I think it was Mountain Heritage. And, man, it's just bad. It's still bad, folks. Still need attention, still need funds, still need man hours. Talked to a lot of families up in Mitchell when we were there around the mines. there's still a lot of those side roads. Like you drive through the middle of the small towns, Burnsville, Bakersfield. Yeah, it doesn't look. It's okay. We're back together. But you turn off a side road. Every side road was right next to a creek, so everybody's still rebuilding. But its vibes are better. Businesses are trying. If you are outside of our area, please come visit. Tourism needs to come back too. So, it's kind of a excuse me swing, but he's going to poke it out there, and that's the number 9 hitter gets a single. That's Edwards. So leadoff strikeout the Byler.
Wolverines, number 7, Gunnar Alm.
Followed by excuse me, poke my barrel out there and hit a line drive to center field single by Edwards, and that brings Gunnar Alm up. So he was really impressed with Gunnar this year. I want to say 7 home runs. I think he's tied for the Polk varsity record for most home runs. He's still got a whole senior year to play. And when he moves to that small conference next year, he may hit 15 home runs. Now, Gunnar, again,
especially Mitchell and Heritage.
It's just funny with Gunnar, too, because you talk to Billy and you look at some of these tournaments he plays in the summer on these national teams, and like he's seeing 85 to 90 plus pitching every single game. And sometimes you'll get in these games where you're mid to high 7s and he has trouble timing up. But good ball player. We'll see if he can come through here. Swing and a pop up. It's going to scrape the clouds. Rayburn in. Nobody's going to make that catch. It's going to be a force out at second base. Well, fielder's choice for Gunnar Alm. Technically, it's going to be, I think the shortstop picked it up, so it'll be 6-4.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 3, Mark Jarrett.
Well, when you hit the ball above the light, sometimes that little pebble can disappear up in that.
Especially with the cloudy sky we got tonight.
Blue-gray sky tonight. And it's about the most interesting fielder's choice you'll write into a book. Mark Jarrett. Jarrett 0 for 1, had a sack bunt in the 3rd inning. Ended up being a pretty important sack as 2 runs ended up scoring. Say with 2 outs here. Millwood trying to knuckle up here and get the 3rd out. Long hold on Alm. I like that though. Say Gunner's most likely gonna run. It's 2 outs. Why not? Middle of your lineup's up with 2 outs. Might as well try to get somebody in scoring position. Pick off a temp here. If I'm Jared, I'm looking for a fastball too, though, because it's 0-1. Seems like an off-speed count, but if you're trying to hold a runner. So if I'm Jared, I'm looking to drive something right here. Say 1-1.
Looking for something you can poke in the 3-4 or the 5-6 hole right here with the middle being squeezed. Infielders expecting Alm to run. Got the left fielder playing in very close. There he backs up 2 steps as I say that.
Jarrett had 3 hits in that game we covered at Brevard. I want to say he's a senior.
There goes Gunner.
Oh, boy. Bang, bang. And that's good baseball right there. A college commit throws out another college commit. So great job by Hunter Brown to throw out Gunnar Alm. So caught stealing 2-6. That'll be a good highlight to put in later. And I told everybody, Hunter Brown is one of the best catch and throw guys this side of the state. Felt he was a state game snub last year. It is what it is, but you ain't gonna see much better than that. So heading into the bottom of the 4th, we're at 2-1, and the Trojans will be sending Rayburn, Branch, and McGinnis to the plate. Or wait, yes, sorry. Well, any interesting score updates out there?
Let's see. Forward's up on Bunker Hill 3-0 in the 1st. Bessemer City defeats Forest View 8-4.
That's a big win for Bessemer.
Big win for the little guys. Ash County defeats Patton. Patton on the downward trend recently. We mentioned Watauga and South Caldwell earlier, so Northwestern 3A, 4A teams, along with Alexander Central getting some wins. A conference off to a good start today.
I'm just trying to figure out which games are still going on out in the mountains.
The Mountaineers defeat the Patriots. Mitchell over Madison, 10-9.
Mitchell's coming on. Mitchell's coming on. They lost that game to Freedom. They lost AJ Mackey that day to Mono. I don't know if AJ's back, but he's a very good baseball player. Mitchell's going to be one that's going to be getting a lot better.
Our friends down in Charlotte, Providence Day, beat Cannon 6-0. I think, and seeing them get another big win. I think that's a conference game for them, if I'm not mistaken.
Here's Matthew Rayburn. I like Rayburn. He's under the radar, skinny, but there's a lot of potential in this kid. He's raw on the mound. I think there's potential there. I like his swing. Plays a good center field. He's going to slice one to left field. It's going to stay up and fall into the mitt of Avery Hensley out there.
Trojans, number 8, Zach Branch.
Say Matt Rayburn pitched yesterday versus Polk.
Freedom's playing Patton right now. Patton's in that what's that tournament they got up there in?
It's like a Burke County
tournament. They've sent it to us, I think. Fortunately, we weren't able to make it.
Zach Branch to the plate. Matthew Rayburn and Zach Branch are two lefties in the lineup, right? Just the two.
That's something.
Oh, Bradley. Yep. Yeah, I forgot about the young man Bradley. So 3 lefties in the lineup tonight for Coach Rumfeld. Swing, pop fly center field, gunner on, waves his arms, has a bead, and makes the catch. So 2 flyouts here for 2 quick outs. I'll bring McGinnis to the plate.
We got to try to hit some tournaments later on next year. If we can get some fundraising money and cover some of these Easter tournaments, or maybe pick 1 or 2.
Here's an idea, and I think it's actually your idea. We need to get with the right schools and do a baseball university tournament.
I've been saying that.
I was going to say we'll have cameras going the whole tournament.
And here's an idea that I thought. Yeah. You take, assuming we're covering these same 10 conferences, and the coaches would have to agree, and they'd want to keep, some of them would want to keep their same scheduling, but you get all 10 conference champs from the previous year, as there's a ground ball to third.
That'd be interesting.
And he picks and guns and throws for the third out of the inning.
I guess the problem you have with that, though, is, like, what if you get something like Ford, where, like, they won the championship last year, but Ford lost all their seniors. You know what I'm saying?
They earned it.
Or do you do, or maybe do the preseason coaches poll winners?
I mean, you could, yeah, but then you'd have to get that coaches poll out very early.
It's true.
I think that if you take last year's conference champs, because they earned that, it would be cool to see. Like, sometimes you're not going to play the best of the best, and if teams want to decline it, they can decline it. But if we were to go back and look and see some of these teams to be playing, it'd be really good for mountain baseball to see the best of the best playing the best of the best, because
mountain foothills, like it's half and half. You get half.
Well, let's just go through our current playoff projections and see where some of these conference champs are going to be. In the 1A of the teams we cover, Hayesville, Drone, that's a different conference.
Sure, well.
So who's leading them out? East Rutherford. So Hayesville, Drone, East Rutherford. For the 2A.
I guess 3A would be Crest, Tuscola, South Caldwell for the Northwestern. I mean, yeah, it's really interesting.
TC in the mountain.
And again,
Foothills, North Iredale.
That's the thing is too. We gotta try to put something together that has some clout. TC Robertson's a team that you know is going to be eyeing up some sort of national tournament at that time.
So they'll probably decline.
But how do we? Well, they may, but how do we make a tournament appealing enough to help RPI? You know, bring in some of the big dogs and make it bragging rights. So
well, it would definitely help the RPI for those
Wolverines,
contenders.
3, Mark.
I just think the thing that could help attract the right teams to this tournament, if we ran it, would be the college coach connections, whether they can attend or not. They know that they can come through these live streams and check in on the best of the best. So we'll see. We got a lot of beautiful fields in both the mountains and the foothills. Honestly, Shelby is probably the spot. I love the idea of doing it almost in like coalition with Legion, you know. Yeah, we'll get back to that later. Back to the game. We got Mark Jarrett up. He was at the plate when Gunnar Alm was thrown out to end the fourth. So here he is at the top of the fifth. 0 for 1. He had the sac bunt in the third. Nice pitch right on the corner. Get a velo read here on Mr. Millwood. Spins 166, stays up in the zone, has ripped the left field for
That
a
ball's
base
going to the
hit.
fence.
Extra bases for Jarrett. And I
Now batting for the
believe
Wolverines, number 5, Carson Scruggs.
that's our first extra base hit of the game. I'm checking through my box score. Yep, it was nothing but singles until Jarrett's double there. So leadoff double could lead to some trouble. That ball's up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Rayburn scoops it up. He's going to fire it home. Let's see if Hunter Brown can get him a second. Lets it sail a bit. So it'll be RBI single for Scruggs.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 6, Avery Hensley.
So Jarrett comes in to score after the leadoff double. Scruggs moves up to second on the throw home. So 3-1 here in the top of the fifth, and nobody retired. Avery Hensley to the plate now. Scruggs on second. So interesting ball game we got going here. Millwood and the Trojan defense got to step up here and limit the damage, though. Ground ball, third base, has foul. So another spinner. So a lot off speed.
Coach Alm light jog down to the foul pole to get this ball. His cardio in for the day. Let's see if he's going to be able to send his runner from second if there's a ball
right.
in
Coach,
play.
where you at? What do I do? Pop fly. It's going to stay in the middle of the field here. Ooh. Branch takes it in front of Craig, and got to know your pop-up priorities, kids.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 8, Alex Perry.
So outfield always over infield, center over your other outfielders, middle infielders over the corner infielders, short over second, all infielders over the catcher and pitcher. And the pitcher is actually the only one that's got priority over the catcher.
Well, good on Millwood there covering third base. In the attempt that was dropped, I saw him hustle over there. Haven't seen that often.
Swing, drive. Rayburn is not going to be able to get to that one. Gets on a bounce. Throw comes in. It's going to be cut. It'll be a first and third situation. So Perry with the single.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 1, Nate Fagan.
Fagan up to the plate. 1 for 2. Had a single and then reached on a fielder's choice in the third. So with 1 out, the Wolverines starting to nitpick a little bit. This is where that play small ball comes in. Okay. Was he a relief? Or no, he was the pitch. He was the starter? Okay. Gotcha. So Fagan pitched in the game yesterday. I wonder who's available for them today if they have to pull Harden later in this game. So 1-0 count. Good take by Fagan there. So gotta hand it to Wolverines. They haven't gone down quietly at all tonight. A lot of nitpicking, a lot of extra bases, taking the extra base on the throws, putting runners in motion. So they're trying their
We got a lot
best.
to play for. The playoffs and having to win some of these games here.
I'll say I know they're looking at that 500 mark today. That was the talk of the Wolverines before the game. Right back to Millwood. They're going to go for 2. 1 to Craig, back across, safe. And that's going to allow the runner to score. I feel like he almost should have put an eye on third base before he turned to throw there. but it's going to be an RBI ground out, or an RBI fielder's choice for Fagan. So Perry out at second. So RBI single for Scruggs, RBI fielder's choice for Fagan. Swing, pop fly to left field by Harden, and that ball is hauled in for the third out by Hauser out in left field.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take
got
a
any
moment to
critters
recognize our
in
grand
your
slam sponsor,
house or your
Philip Myers
basement or
Challenge
your attic?
Foundation Group,
B&B
Love
Wildlife,
ETS
wildlife
Broadway Tire
removal
Service, and the
is
Drop
the
In. Thank you for your
go-to
support.
for any type of skunk, possum, raccoon,
You name it.
coyotes, snakes, bats,
Wolverines.
Wolverines.
You ever had anything sneak in your house before?
We have like raccoons and possums, but we just shoo them off.
My parents had a really bad bat infestation when they moved up to Michigan years ago and had to get help. But if you're in this area and you got some sort of critter where they're not supposed to be, B&B is where you need to be calling next. They're only one of about 10 folks licensed in the whole state to remove these types of animals legally, right? So don't do it yourself. Don't risk the rabies. Don't risk the venomous snake bite. Don't risk the wily coyote adventure you're about to get yourself into called B&B Wildlife Management.
I've removed some coyotes in my time, legally, and never removed a raccoon or a possum, but we have them living under the deck and up behind the house, and they eat my corn.
We want to know my issue with possums and raccoons?
What?
Thumbs.
Thumbs.
I don't trust any animal with opposable thumbs.
Dude, have I got a story to tell you then? So there's one time that we left our cat food outside when our cats were indoor-outdoor cats. And a raccoon comes up one night, and my dad tries to shoo him off. He comes back over, puts one paw on the bowl while my dad's trying to lift it up to bring it inside, and the other paw he is eating. It is the craziest. I watched this from behind his back. It's the craziest thing ever. So
I had a raccoon problem last year, starting to kill some of my chickens, and I just staked out with my 22, and I lost like probably 4 nights of sleep. So next time I'm calling B&B and be like, I can't.
Call B&B, you get your sleep back. You don't have to waste your ammo.
I'll just quietly fall asleep to the sound of 22 rounds going off. Is that strike? Yep. So it's 2-1 here.
But yeah, if it's a bat
Bradley.
or a snake or a skunk, I'm not dealing with it. I will definitely call B&B. Raccoons and coyotes I can handle.
Coyotes are big out in my neighborhood. So Bradley jammed here. It's going to be 4-3 on the put out.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 20, Gage Holland.
So Bradley is 0 for 1, had to walk there in the third. That's going to bring Holland to the plate. He was a strikeout victim in that third inning as well.
I want to know what it takes to get a wildlife removal license. I might have to go into that sector.
So Holland, I know it's a K in the box, but this kid had a pretty intense AB his first at bat. He got the bunt sign on the first pitch, fouled it off. I'm sure coach was probably a little ticked at that, but then he went 0-2 and then saw a total of 10 pitches, I think, in that AB. So ended up getting a quab. He's going to hit one on the right side here. Might be a little trouble. See if toss to Harden is in time, and it is. So 3-1 on the ground out.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 3, Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown coming up with a 1-for-1 line. Hit a single, scored a run. The first run for the Trojans in the third. Also stole a base in the first. Trojans need base runners. That's the key right now. So see if we can start a little 2-out rally. And again, hats off to Noah Harden. Pitching really well. This is what we saw in that Brevard game. Spins one, hits Hunter Brown in the back. So he's going to head on down.
Now batting for the Trojans.
He had some foreshadowing in the box today.
Called it.
So
Nate Thomas up. Nate 0 for 2 right now.
Yeah, I heard last night there's some animosity between the two schools. Some
It
hit by
happens.
pitches flown around. Some old-fashioned reading the
I'm old
rules.
school. That's all I'm going to say.
I like
Just play
it.
the game right, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. So,
As long as no one's throwing punches, we're okay.
but back
the
to Harden
game
real
work itself
quick.
out.
Again, this is what we saw in that Brevard game. Consistent, tries to fill it up. There's going to be base runners, but it's about just consistently finding that zone, trusting the guys behind you. Swing, pop, fly. It's going to be in foul territory, but I think it stays in the park. It's going to hit the grass, so for a foul.
Talk about the Bermuda Triangle. That's like outside the Bermuda Triangle over there.
So, again, just with Harden's line right now, you're only looking at 2 Ks on the night, but that's his game. He's going to fill it up. He's going to try to mix it and see what you can do with it. And right now, the Trojans only been able to put 2 hits on the board, scattered between the hit by pitch and 2 walks. So Nate Thomas up, swinging the big number 2 pencil.
I love that bat.
Ball up and over the catcher Byler. So it's going to be a stolen base as Brown was moving on the pitch. 2 outs. Thomas got a runner in scoring position. This would be a big time for a 2-out hit right here. I know Noah Harden's trying to play in college, so any of you small schools out there, junior colleges, decent arm, mid to high 7s. He's a guy that has a decent left-handed swing. Needs to get a little stronger, but he's a solid prospect. Again, Thomas, of the 27 class, he's probably the one in this game I have a star next to. I liked what I saw from him in that McDowell game. Byler throwing from his knees, ain't going to be in time. Brown steals third.
BTS stolen base.
So a lot of BTS stolen bases tonight. Is that Broadway Tire? Oh, they're one of our sponsors tonight, so we can shout that out. So Broadway Tire Service is doing all the they're doing all the stolen base sponsorships. So burning rubber out there for BTS tires. Unfortunately, the 2 stolen bases don't lead to anything because that's a strike 3 to finish the 5th. So that's the 3rd K by Harden. And as we head into the top of the 6th, the Wolverines prepare to send Byler, Edwards, and Gunnar Alm to the plate. Well,
here's your pencil bat.
Pencil bats. Who are they made by? Who makes them?
Victus. We need to get
Victus.
a CamWood pencil bat made.
That's a CamWood decision. I mean, I can call Wes Helms and say, hey, what do
Ladies
you
and
think
gentlemen,
about
make sure
pencil
you head
bats?
over to the concession
They were
stand.
quick on the
Still have
torpedo
Edwards
bat.
right below
Yeah.
me.
The torpedo bat
These
came
are
out,
ready.
and then like 2 days later,
Hot dogs,
CamWood was
seasoned
making
potatoes,
them. I don't know if
And
they.
now, you never hear about it.
Yeah, is torpedo bats, are they legal? Do they get rid of them?
No, they just
They just
figured it out. They figured out where to
pitch them
not
different.
pitch them.
Pitch
Yeah.
them different. Pitch it right down the middle now, so when they barrel it, it breaks.
Yeah, it breaks. Yeah.
New arm. Oh boy.
Got a new pitcher.
All right, so the line tonight is closed on Millwood. Make sure my box score is caught up to date here. So what are we at? 4-1. Millwood works 5. Gives up 4. 3 earned though. There's only 3 earned. A total of 7 hits given up. And did Landon walk anybody tonight? He had 1, 2 free passes. And Landon struck out 1, 2, 3 Ks uneven. So good. I mean, I don't know what a quality start counts as in high school baseball, but 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks, 4 runs, 3 earned. Hunter Brown going to be relieving him. Always a little nervous when the catcher comes back out from behind the plate to throw, but when you're in small school baseball, sometimes it's a necessary thing that has to happen. So Hunter Brown coming in the top of the 6th to work against the Wolverines. He's going to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And what's Noah Harden's pitch count at for Wolverines right now? 70. He's at 70?
Dang, hats off to Noah Harden for keeping the pitch count down after that tough third inning, I think it was. Woo! Well, it ended up being a pretty nice night. It's cool, but it's not freezing. I'm sure it's still a little slick out there.
I like the blue sky on the tree line
feeling.
background. It looks great on the
Now batting
cameras.
for the Wolverines, number 10, Mason
Gold and
Byler.
navy. I think besides TC Robertson, these are the only two schools that sport these colors. They have the very similar TCCT, Minnesota Twin Cities logo. Swinging a drive. That ball is going to be over the left fielder's fence, and on 2 hops, going to hit that fence. Byler going to chug into second base with the second extra base hit of the evening.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 9, Jace Edwards.
That's 2 straight innings with a leadoff double after Jarrett led off the 5th. So Edwards in. Byler's going to have a courtesy runner. That's number 23. I don't think Coach Alm puts numbers on his guys, does he? Let's see. Oh, he does. 23. It's Zaylen McCraw. Zaylen McCraw is your courtesy runner. What you looking for? Oh, time. All right. Jace Edwards, number 9 hitter. I mean, anybody want to throw down? Bunts? Anybody for bunt? That's my bet right here if I was in Vegas. So short lead off second by that pinch runner.
Yep.
I lost my bet. We'll see here what Coach Alm. Well, Coach Alm just looked disgusted down there in third base for a second. So you know what? There may have been a bunt call there. Nope.
Ooh.
Up and in here, 2-0. So this is that situation where I'm saying take for 1 strike, and then I'm giving you the bunt sign again.
That's probably what he's doing.
So 3-0 count there. He does have first base open, but it don't get any easier with Gunnar Alm on deck. So in a 4-1 game here, got to limit those Wolverines on the bases. There's a strike, 3-1. Got to try to come all the way back here. Number 9 hitter, someone you want to get out in a game like this.
Could be a poke me over.
Swing,
Like that, yep.
Fouls it back into the net, 3-2.
He's trying to push that in 3-4 hole. Second baseman holding.
So Hunter Brown been playing hard tonight. Look at all that dirt on that uniform. Big pitch here. Ooh! Just outside. So ball 4, first and second. So you have the force play now.
Wolverines, number 7, Gunnar Alm.
So Gunnar Alm up now. Strike call there. Gunner's very poised, never one to complain. So my dad just texted me and said, shouldn't have told the bat story. No one's, they aren't guano like it. Guano, that's bat poop, right? So ain't guano like it. Thanks, Dad. Dad jokes incoming. So Gunnar Alm here at the 2-1 count.
I wonder if my dad's watching tonight. I think he went over to watch Pisgah West play.
Is it Pisgah West or Pisgah North? It's
Pisgah.
Tuscola and West.
Tuscola
tonight.
and West. That's who it was. It was
At
one
West?
of them. At West.
At West.
Whoever's playing West.
Tuscola at West. Again, you're right. All the tiebreakers. Tuscola's got the tiebreaker, but if West were to sweep, then it opens up the window for either Pisgah or North, if they sweep, to potentially tie for the top record of 9-3, I think it is. But with Tuscola sweeping Pisgah, Tuscola sweeping North, they have the tiebreaker if that were to happen. So ball 4 there to Gunner.
Yeah,
he goes down to first base, and everybody else moves up 1.
Paying heavy attention to these conference standings, figuring out who's going to be where when it comes to playoffs, and the RPI is updating hourly, it seems like. I'm not a big fan of how the NTHSA does their RPI, but you live and you learn.
It's got to be done some way.
Can't choose it.
Oh. Say Hunter Brown tries to drop down a little bit and hits Jarrett with the pitch. That's going to be an RBI hit by pitch. So everybody moves up
Now batting for the
one.
Wolverines, number 5, Carson Scruggs.
It's the pinch runner, McCraw, that comes in to score the 5th run. It's going to bring Carson Scruggs up to the plate. Carson, the DH tonight for that first baseman, Aaron Jackson.
Come on, Brown.
No, Weston Tuscola canned it.
Yeah, if there's anybody in the chat that's got updated scores on some of the mountain games that are playing out, definitely drop them. Would love a West Tuscola score. I think Pisgah postponed to tomorrow with North. Ground ball, hit soft enough to score 1. Nice play by Thomas. So 4-3 retires Scruggs, and that's going to be an RBI
Now
ground
batting for the
out.
Wolverines, number 6, Avery Hensley.
So fielder's choice, or excuse me, not fielder's choice, ground out. Everybody moves up 1 again, and that is Edwards that scores the 6th run. And Chase starting to feel a little bit. I know that they're feeling that every game counts at this point, so got to try to keep it at 6-1. So the infield's in. Got 2 more full ABs to try up. Nice job by Branch. But he shuffles and holds it too long. Should have just looked once and made your throw. That's going to be a fielder's choice, so not a
Now batting for the
single.
Wolverines, number 8, Alex Perry.
So it's going to be bases loaded. So it's Alm on third, Jarrett on second, and Hensley at first. Quietly in this game, Scruggs has collected 3 RBIs. One was on the 1-out East 6 in the 3rd. He had the RBI single in the 5th, and he had the 3rd RBI on that ground out there. What you seeing?
Just some mishaps with runners on base, not knowing how many runners are on base for their own team.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was funny.
I'm not sure what you saw, but
Gunner's yelling at the runner on first to take second, not realizing there's a runner on second right behind him. And Billy getting on to him like a father should.
Alex Perry up. Alex is 1 for 2 at a walk and a single. Yeah, like I was saying, Scruggs got 3 RBIs in this game quietly. So nice job by the young man coming through with runners on base. Throws one behind Perry here.
Uh-oh.
Runners ain't got nowhere to go. Oh, yes, they do. It's ball 4. Never mind. So RBI walk for Perry.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 1, Nate Fagan.
That's going to bring Gunnar Alm in from third base. Fagan up now. Fagan is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's reached on 2 fielders' choices as well.
Shout out the social media guys. Stay connected to Baseball University across all platforms. Like and subscribe right now on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this, it's www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like, heck, you're watching it. Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button to really help us out here? And once we figure out these super chats or whatever they're called, it'd be great we can get those going. Like us on Facebook, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. And follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Get that to, what'd you say, 5,000?
Oh, we're close. We're 60 away from 5,000.
That'd be huge.
So,
follow the X at BB University WNC and follow the Instagram at the same handle. And check out the website as well, www.baseballu.org.
There's a strike to Fagan here, 0-1. So 1 out. Base is still loaded. Brown on.
Sean Murphy, another home run. Let's go, Braves.
So nice block up there.
Yeah, our announcer fan bases are not doing so hot in Major League Baseball, but the Braves are on a winning streak.
Nate Thomas is the new catcher there, by the way. So everybody moved around a little bit. Out there at second is Noah Craig. Millwood at shortstop now.
Spikes one there. It's 3-1 count. So tough inning here for the Trojans. Started the inning 4-1. There's 3 in. Currently 7-1. That's going to be ball 4. It's an RBI walk for Fagan.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 2, Noah Harden.
So that's Jarrett coming in to score the 8th run. And that brings Noah Harden up to the plate. Noah will be the 9th hitter of the inning. Noah 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out to the pitcher, and flew out to left field. One big hit here, though, could make this a potential 6-inning game. So coach out to talk to Brown. Brown having trouble finding the zone. It's tough coming out from behind the plate to pitch. Catcher is definitely the most exhausting job. So hopefully Brown can breathe and find that zone here. Oh, nope, we're going to make a pitching change. Who's coming in? Noah Craig in. So 1 out in the inning. Noah Craig coming in to try to squash this rally. And I like Craig. He's a sidearm slinger. He can drop it down. Got a couple different looks. It looks a little more like low 3/4 this year. Still pretty true, but I'm going to say low 3/4 now. Say last year he dropped down a little bit lower than that. That's a good look. Well, 8-1 here. 8 on 9 hits for the Wolverines. 1 on 2 hits for the Trojans. In Myrtle Beach, there's a tournament going on. Asheville just lost 3-1 to North Myrtle Beach. It's the first loss Asheville's picked up in a while since that Apex Freedom loss. We'll be seeing them next Thursday when they show down with TC Robertson, which will probably be for the conference title. Newton Conover currently 1 up on Hickory 3-2.
That's a big game for Newton Conover. They have a tough strength of, not a tough strength of schedule, so playing a team like Hickory is really going to boost that.
TC
rolling again.
9-1 over McDowell right now. Say, I don't know if anybody's really given TC a challenge out of the MAC this year. If you go back and look at TC's scores, I want to say like closest game may have been 8 or 9 runs. So they handled
North Buncombe very easily.
North Buncombe, they handled them last week fairly easily.
Well, a big thing that we heard from the Blackhawks was that they don't throw their number 1 against TC because why are going to waste him in a loss, essentially.
It depends on how your week matchups are looking, but that's where it is right now with TC Robertson is almost planning for the loss.
Well, yeah, they threw their number 1 against North Henderson and got a big win there over Mountain 7 foe. The same cardinal direction, which they need all those wins that they can get with guesstimated losses on their schedule, which, no one likes to see that. Everyone can beat anyone any day of the week, but there's just some games you go into where it's like, who's going to win. That's just high school sports.
So Craig enters. He gets a 1-1 count quickly. 2-1. This is one of those situations, too, with all the walks. You got a lot of flat-footed Trojans out there, so everybody needs to start breathing and getting that blood coming, or blood boiling a little bit so they can move around, make a play. 77 on the gun there. Millwood picks it up, throws across. He's out by half a step. So ground out 6-3. That's going to bring up Byler for the second time this
Now
inning.
batting for the Wolverines, number 10, Mason Byler.
So Byler had the lead-off double this inning. That's just how it all started. Came around, pinch runner McCraw came around to score his spot. Got to wonder, too, who's coming back out for Polk with this long inning, and hopefully Noah Harden with his pitch count only in the 70s staying warm in that dugout. Ball outside, 1-1 count.
Yep.
Y'all good?
Yeah, he's out.
Swing and a miss. So Craig throwing some spinners in there from that low 3/4 slot. Gets to 1 and 2. I'm probably throwing that pitch again and just doing everything I can not to hang it. Ooh, almost back door. Comes in that front door, I should say. So 3 or 4 straight spinners there. I say spin it again, but middle out. Again, just got to keep it down near those knees. Goes to the fastball. Ball 3.
He's open.
First base is open, but you also got 2 outs. A little bit of a gap in right center as the center fielder is shaded slightly to the shortstop side of the bag. Swing, foul back into the net. So here's that 3-2 pitch. Swing and another foul. So he's going to that spinner.
Quality at bat.
It's a nice place to watch a ball game. Back behind the school. School been around for a while too. Strike 3.
And ends the inning on a C. Phillip Byers strikeout.
So that's a long inning. 4 runs in. Oh, wait. Hold on. How many runs in?
5.
2. Gotcha.
Well, I want to thank our 4th exclusive sponsor this evening, Broadway Tire Service. Their contact info is on your screen. And you want to talk about this? You want me
Well, I
to.
just noticed that they are also sponsoring here at the home team here. They sponsor the
Stolen
stolen
base.
bases. So every
That's
time
cool.
they steal a base, like that's a BTS stolen base. Burning rubber out there.
Yeah.
BTS, Broadway Tire Service. I think I read earlier they've been around for 27 years in the neighborhood. They
Older
got
than me.
highest quality, good honesty, friendly service, and they're going to try to help you figure out your problems as quickly as you can. So they're the easy, convenient place to get the routine maintenance and service done. They take expert care of any make or model, and they only use the highest quality parts. So from anything from brake repair to alignments, Broadway Tire Service has got you covered. So hit them up, 828-245-4505, or go to BroadwayTireService.com. Well, it's an 8-run game, so we're going to see 7 innings. Here in the bottom of the 6th, we're going to see Millwood, Craig, and Rayborn. And the Trojans got to get some runners on base if they're going to make this thing interesting before all's said and done.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 1, Landon Millwood.
So a lot of college seasons right now. They're starting to hit the final leg of their college season, get ready for their playoffs. Once playoffs hit for all those NCAAs, that's when that transfer portal opens up. So I'm talking to a bunch of college coaches this week, anywhere from JUCO up, and they want to know about you, but they're telling the 26 class to just hold tight, be patient. It's probably not going to be until the middle of the summer until things heat up for you. Once that transfer portal opens at the end of April, beginning of May, it's going to take a few months to get through it all.
Now batting for the Trojans.
Then they got to go through JUCO transfers. Then they'll probably start getting back into the high school class.
I don't know if you've been following the lawsuits going on with the transfer portal stuff. I know it applies to the revenue sports, but it trickles down to every single NCAA Division I, 2, and 3 sport, and there's going to be some roster limits potentially. And they just announced that I think schools can now actively pay players, and so you're not going to see that in D2, D3 for NIL.
It'd be nice if there was some sort of collective, though, to help trickle down with all the money that's coming in, like try to trickle down, because you're going to start what we saw with Limestone. You're going to see a lot of student athletic opportunities disappearing if kids don't have a route to college to play sports. And right now it's just becoming so heavy with the older transfers. So Craig puts one up in the right field. It stays up and is caught.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 10, Matthew
Caught out
Rayborn.
there by who's out there in right field this evening? I think it might be Edwards out there. Matthew Rayborn takes off speed for a strike. So Noah Harden, man, been dealing. He's only given up the one run.
Don't give it to a pitcher, please.
We'll find out, man. I mean, you go the whole distance. Forgot there's a net there.
Oh, I wish we had a camera on that.
So Rayborn flew out the center, flew out the left field. I think he's a talented young man, wiry, good athlete. Still got a lot to learn, but he's one to watch in this game. So up and in, good spot. So it'd be a good time for a changeup with some fade. See what the 1-2 delivery is here from Harden. Swing. Fly ball left field. It's going to hang up there, though. That's 3 quick flyouts for Harden. His pitch count stays down. My guess is, what's his pitch count, 82 or something?
79.
78. So that, how many pitches in that inning? Is that 5-pitch inning? Woo! 5-pitch inning for Noah Harden. Holy moly. Top 7. Got a 5-pitch inning. That's wild. He's filling it up, forcing the Wolverines to forcing the Trojans to swing the bat. And they've only been able to muster up 2 hits tonight. So Noah Craig back out for another inning, and we'll hopefully make it quick and give the Trojans one last chance here in the 7th inning. So 9-1 is what it stands. It was interesting to see like all the different tournaments that Western North Carolina teams played in, because everyone's got a different spring break. I kind of wish all the counties would get together and try to coordinate that better, see if they can get a lot of these baseball teams on the same spring break so we can set up some great local tournaments.
Well, with the way I'm doing the BBU Plus, I'm having to keep track of about, I don't know, let's count. How many schools am I keeping track of?
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 9, Jace Edwards.
Out of our coverage area, I am keeping track of 117 other schools' records for the BBU Plus rankings, because Max Preps doesn't like when you scrape data from their website, which is ridiculous. But it's really cool to see all these schools. Like, I can go through here and mention a handful of them.
Say a good baseball program down here at Chase. I know the score don't seem it, but East Rutherford gets a lot of love in this county, but Chase and RS work really hard, always putting out good baseball players. 2 or 3 years ago, what was the banner back there where they
I think
won?
it was 23 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, it was a great season too. They had good pitching. Gowan, Bright, Corder, Keever, Isaac Rollins was part of that team. Mason White, Tyler Kilgo. That was and you don't see that much when East Rutherford is pushed out of the first place spot. But Chase High School has got some famous alumni too. Todd Coffey, former Major League Baseball pitcher, played from 2005 to 2012 for the Reds.
Yeah, it looks like drafted by the Reds in 1998.
And who we got here? Tyler White,
Drafted
retired
in 2013 by the Astros. Went to Western. Handful of Cleveland Community College alum.
Yeah, Dylan Harden, remember him? I think he ended up hanging it up. He was a good arm on that 23 team.
I remember Chipper. Chipper played against us back in high school. And
there's Coach Wall, too.
Yeah.
That's Coach Wall, former coach, Chase High School.
A lot of great alumni Come out Trojan baseball program.
I think Todd Coffey still might be doing lessons down this way for any up-and-coming pitchers. Wonder if there's any relationship here, McGinnis to Chase McGinnis in the field. So 1-2 count here to the number 9 hitter, Edwards. He's going to lift one into that Bermuda triangle. Rayborn in, and that's going to hit the grass for a loop single. So Edwards is 1 for 3 on the evening.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 7, Gunnar Alm.
Gonna bring Gunnar Alm back up. Gunnar is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Also stole a base. Took a walk in the 6th inning. I'd like to see a big swing from the young man.
Manifest it.
Slightly open stance. Like I said, kind of a loud load, but he seems to repeat everything well. A lot of bat speed. Biggest thing sometimes is timing. You know, when you're seeing anywhere from 65 to 85 mile per hour pitching.
Who said pitching or hitting is timing and pitching is messing up that timing?
Nice spinner there by Craig. It's going to be low, though, 1-1. So you just stay behind the ball, get back to that middle left center approach that we saw at Brevard.
Warren Spahn quote. That's who that was.
Swing, foul.
Let's go
Towards Hunter's Jeep.
Yeah, don't hit the Jeep. Oh, on top of the cages. Put it in between the cages and the roof over here. Great facility to our left.
So 1-2 count here now for Gunnar Alm. Craig delivers. Ball gets back to the backstop. So wild pitch is going to let Edwards move up to second base. Just looking through those box scores a little bit. Gunnar 1 for 3 with the walk, 2 runs scored. Mark Jarrett is 1 for 3 with a double. 1 for 2 with a double. RBI hit by a pitch. Inside. Scruggs is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Hensley 0 for with a walk. Perry 1 for 2 with an RBI walk. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Alm. Swing and a miss, and Craig strikes out.
And that's a C. Phillip Byers strikeout.
Strikes out the big
now batting
gun.
for the Wolverines, number 3, Mark Jarrett.
You could hear the air cutting with that swing. Fagan is 1 for 3 on the evening with an RBI, 2 RBIs. Harden 0 for. Byler 1 for 3 with a double. And Edwards is 2 for 3 with a run scored. So I like the Carson Scruggs line, 2 for 4 with 3 ribs. It's probably going to come down to him or Harden and the bump. Harden's been cruising, so we'll see. Swing and a foul back. Say Harden only giving up the 2 hits, the 2 walks, the 1 run. Say 1 out here in the 7th. Swing and a foul. I like Craig from the stretch. Quick move, quick slide step, quick arm. He's been 76 to 78 when we shot him here. Let's see, we'll get another read on the young man. I like the low 3/4 look. I felt he was lower last year from the slot. Depending on how his velo jumps or next year, he might want to stay in that slot. Spins one there, 66, fouls it off. Jackson Gowan, who we talked about earlier, Cleveland pitcher heading to Queens next year. He would drop down low 3/4 when he was in high school. talked to him this spring. He's up to 92, 93 over the top. I told him, if you can get back down to that low 3/4, 50-50, depending on how your velo goes, and hold that velo, that'd be an interesting slot for potential pro stuff one day. 75 on the fastball.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, there's some trouble. Ball goes under the left fielder's glove. So it's going to be a single. And do we give him an RBI in that? You got to see the replay and give me your 2 cents on it.
I think so. I think it was scoring.
Well, he was on second.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 5, Carson Scruggs.
That's what I'll need to see here on the replay. Okay. So no RBI for Jared on the play. E6 by that left fielder. Left fielder that's Hauser out there, I believe, unless they'd switch people around. Zeke McGinnis in left field. Okay. So here's Scruggs again. 3 ribbies on the night. Yep, had the stop sign up. So, all right, so no RBI awarded to Jared on that. Here's Scruggs. Scruggs backs him off with a spinner there. Scruggs had a single his first AB. Had a RBI E6 in the 3rd. The runner was coming in. There was less than 2 outs anyway. Had an RBI single in the 5th and an RBI ground out in the 6th. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Gobbled up, thrown across. Oh, I guess we're going to call that an E6 on the throw. However, the run was coming in. So it's an RBI.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 6.
For Scruggs again. So 2 for 5, but with 4 RBIs of the most unconventional way. 1 on a ground, or 2 ground, essentially 3 ground out RBIs. Just 2 of them weren't fielded cleanly. So 4 RBIs for Scruggs. That's going to bring Hensley up. Hensley is 0 for. Had a walk and a fielder's choice. Also reached on an error. Has 2 runs scored. So Hensley up now. Swing, ground ball. Stay. Oh, that's going to be an E6 there too. So falling apart here for the Trojans right now. So it'll be 1st and 2nd.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 23, Zaylen McCraw.
So pinch hitter here, number 20. What number on this kid?
23.
23.
Dante, I think. Something.
Zaylen McCraw. So McCraw, your pinch hitter here for Perry. So 11-1 here in the top of the 7th. Trojans still getting AB. (2-0) delivery. Swing. Hits off the end of the bat. Millwood to second. That's going to be a force out. So 6-4 on the force out.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 24, Dante.
That'll be a
Tingling.
1st and 3rd situation. What number we got here? 24.
Dante Tingling.
Is it? It says Cooper Meyer here. Dante Tingling. Is it 42? 24. So Dante Tingling. Let's write him into the box. So another left-handed hitter enters in for Coach Alm's Wolverines. Takes a strike.
Now here's a question: do you bring Noah Harden back out while he's sat for a while, or do you bring someone else back out and try to get the?
I think in this score, it's either way because he has a low pitch count. If he's done for the week, it is what it is. If you want to save your other arms, if you have another game, if you have enough arms, bring in another guy because it take a lot to blow a 10-run lead.
And that ends the inning on a C. Phillip Myers strikeout.
Well, I'm starting to go through a couple of the box scores here. One for three. What you got?
Nope. Let's see. Harden back out to finish the 7th.
Harden's going to go for the complete game. So he was pinch hit for in that inning, I believe. Or no. He was on deck. So now he's coming out to close it. Let's go through the box scores real quick. And Hunter can tell me what he thinks before we get into Harden's line. So Gunnar Alm, 1 for 4 with 2 runs and a stolen base. Mark Jarrett, 2 for 3 with the double RBI and 3 runs. Carson Scruggs, 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs and a run. Avery Hensley, 0 for 4, 2 runs and a walk. Alex Perry, 1 for 2 with 2 walks and an RBI. Nate Fagan, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Noah Harden, 0 for 3. Byler, 1 for 4 with a double and a run. And Jace Edwards, 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs. So Scruggs having a good game. Wasn't necessarily murdering the ball to get it in, but gets 4 RBIs via the ground outs. But we'll see what Noah Harden can do here with the 2-hitter going as well. So, and you also got to think, like, how relevant are the RBIs compared to the game, compared to the shutout. So we'll see. This is going to be a tough one here. So Branch to lead it off here. It's going to be Branch, McGinnis, and Bradley. Final hope here for the Trojans in this 11-1 game right now. If Polk wins, they improve to 10-10 and 4-5 in conference, or 4-6 in conference.
4-6. Oh,
Safe. Infield single for Branch, so hit off the end of the bat.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 12, Chase McGinnis.
Died just enough in the middle of the field to allow him to scoot down for the infield single. So Branch singles, McGinnis up now. McGinnis 0 for 2. So the only 2 hits tonight, Hunter Brown, he was 1 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch, 3 stolen bases and a run. And then the other hit coming from Landon Millwood, he was 1 for 3 with the RBI. The lone RBI of the game.
Oh, lost the bat. I haven't seen that in a while.
Well, we saw a bat fly out of the hands in the Mitchell game. Wasn't it one kid?
Yeah.
I kind of saw it in the replay. I didn't see it live. I was like,
I didn't see it live.
I think it was the Roar kid, the catcher from Mitchell, let his bat go in that Mitchell game. Swing and a foul. So, yeah, that's your only hits for the evening. A 1 for 1 night from Brown with the walk and the hit by pitch. Scored the run on the Landon Millwood single. He was 1 for 3. Everybody else got an 0 for, except for Branch, who's 1 for 3. And Logan Bradley 0 for 1 at a walk. Again, Harden been filling it up tonight. Only the 3 Ks. He's walked 2 batters and hit 1 in this inning, or in this game, sorry. The 3 hits. Two. Swing the drive. That ball is going to stay up, though. It's a lot of room out there. So that's an FO7 fly out to the left fielder there.
Now
for 1
batting
out.
for the Trojans, number 16, Logan Bradley.
Logan Bradley, the sophomore, took a walk in his first AB. He was thrown out at home on the safety squeeze in that 3rd inning as well. So that might have been the turning point of that game in the 3rd inning. It was 2-1 at the time. He was thrown out at home on that suicide squeeze, safety squeeze. See Harden still filling up there, so. So McGinnis here in a 1-1 count. Harden bounces 1 in the dirt there, 2-1 count. Say pitch count still pretty respectable for Harden. Would have to run into a big old mess here to get pulled at this point, which is possible. Swing and another foul back. Yeah, not the night that the Trojans were hoping for. Big day for Polk, who, if they pull this off, will be their 4th straight W. All in conference games, too. 2 of Patton, 2 of Chase. That's a nice pitch, strike 3. So spun it in there and gets him looking the backwards K.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 14, Zeke McGinnis.
So 4th K of the evening. So good game for Harden here. If it ends like this, it'll be 7 complete, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 4 Ks, 2 walks. We'll see how this final batter shakes out, though, before we write that final line.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 6, Henry Hodge.
Henry Hodge. Freshman. So Henry Hodge. I've heard a few things. So young freshman here. Had a couple folks tell me this is a name to look out for in the future. Henry Hodge, freshman. Last hope here for Trojans. Trying to extend this game. Swing and a pop fly. It's going to be right here near the catcher Byler. See if he makes the catch, and he does, and that is your ball game. So final score, 11-1. For your Trojans, again, good game by Hunter Brown, 1 for 1, 3 stolen bases, 1 run scored, walk, and a hit by a pitch. Threw out Gunnar Alm on the base pass. Landon Millwood, 1 for 3 with the RBI. Also worked 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 earned runs. He's going to be the losing pitcher tonight, but pitched nobly. That's a quality start for high school. Again, on the Polk side, Gunnar Alm, 1 for 4, 2 runs stolen base. Mark Jarrett, 2 for 3, a double, an RBI, and 3 runs. Carson Scruggs, 2 for 5, had the 4 RBIs and a run. Hensley, 0 for 4, 2 runs and a walk. Perry, 1 for 2, 2 walks and a ribby. Fagan, 1 for 3 with a ribby and a walk. Fagan's a name that we're going to keep an eye on in that freshman class. Harden, 0 for 3. Byler, 1 for 4 with a double and a run. And Edwards, 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs. Final line for Noah Harden. He's the winning pitcher. 7 innings pitched, 4 Ks, 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned run, and a hit by pitch. Hunter's probably going to get mad at me. Great game by Scruggs, but it was 3 essentially RBI ground outs. Not trying to take anything away from him, but man, I love a good pitcher. So, player of the game. It's time to announce our CamWood Bats player of the game. Let's take some time to thank our sponsors first. Of course, CamWood. Thank you to BTS Tires. We heard their name a lot tonight. Thank you to B&B Wildlife Management. Thank you to Value Pack High Performance Dog Food. And especially a big thank you to SBR Masonry for putting this all together for us and heading the charge to bring us down for this exclusive. Again, they've done a lot for this program as well. Let's go ahead and announce that CamWood bat here, that winner in just a second. But CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, serving baseball and softball players all across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. And remember, as part of that partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through the website. Well, Hunter, you're going to hate me. We're giving it to a pitcher.
Well deserved, I guess. You know, was that 2-hitter, 7-inch
Three
pitch?
hitter,
3-hitter,
because
yeah.
Branch had a little nub there.
How many Ks?
4 Ks.
That's good.
But again, I gotta shout out the pitch count. Oh, they walked away. I want to say his pitch count was in the 80s, and that was the thing.
It was either high 80s, low 90s.
He had a 5-pitch inning, and I think a 4-pitch inning, and just consistently filled it up. Went back to that key to the game, not a minor key for the game, but that key to the game, which was you got to fill it up, pitch to contact, small ball, smart ball, and part of that small ball is just filling it up and letting those guys play behind you. A lot of flyouts, a lot of good defense. I'm going to say no errors tonight for Polk as well, so that is huge after that Brevard game. Errors definitely hurt Chase a little bit tonight. Chase still got a chance for playoffs, you think?
Everyone's tight in these conferences. There's a lot on the bubble right now, and it's exciting to see where these teams fall. Chase was in as of my latest projections.
Polk's got to be a sure thing now.
Polk's working their way up to be a sure thing. They go out to finish 500. They go out to win a couple more games to solidify that. They got 4 games left, 2 with East Rutherford, 1 with Landrum, and 1 with Rosman. They're going to have to beat Landrum and Rosman more than likely and try to steal one from the Cavs.
That's going to be tough. Happen. So chances are we're looking at a 500 season. Again, Bob's Burgers, you're my man. Thank you for joining up for Patreon. The rest of y'all, get on it. Join our Patreon. We got some good content. Hunter's about to drop his second round of playoff projections. Patreon.com/BBU University, WNC. The more financial support we get, the more we can do for you, the more with our content, the more with our Legion coverage, highlight films, etc. Again, our social media, it's been solid. You know, our Twitter account, the X account is growing. Make sure you follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on YouTube. If you're listening to this right now, please subscribe and check out our website at baseballu.org. A final thank you to SBR Masonry, Value Pack High Performance Dog Food, B&B Wildlife Management, and BTS Tires for bringing us down this evening. We had a blast. We wish it could have worked out a little bit better for the home team Trojans. We're going to hopefully be back tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see what the weather's looking like.
North Buncombe Blackhawks, 11-8, 2-6, travel to Smoky Mountain to take on the – I'm blanking.
North Buncombe. North Buncombe is playing the Smoky Mountain Mustangs.
11-9, 3-6 in conference. That game will be at 6:30 broadcast start if they have it. If not, stay in tune to all those socials, and we'll be at a handful of games probably in the next 2 weeks.
It may be a little messy, but again, as we're planning, Wednesday is tomorrow at Smoky, and then Friday is ACA at Christ School. It's a 4:30 game. If something changes, just check us on the make sure you're following us on the social media so you can see the updates. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight or tuning in tonight. Thank you again to our sponsors, and we'll see you next time.